you know I'd still be there. 'Cause hating you just doesn't feel right. And that ain't fair. That ain't fair.
Hey folks, we are here at Chicago Music Exchange with the Abby Hamilton and Company. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure to have you. Big fan of your stuff. You are part of the Whizzbang family, who has churned out a ton of great artists. You obviously being one of them. And just kind of want to talk to you a little bit about you as a guitar player, since we're a guitar store. How it informs your songwriting, how it inspires you. Do you start with the guitar? Do you already have a melody in your head? How does that accompany you on your journey when songwriting?
Yeah, I grew up playing piano and started writing on piano primarily, but got to a point in college where I just, instead of writing sad, nothing against Sarah Bareilles, but like those kind of songs, I needed to shift gears a little bit and wanted to write more rock songs and country songs. So I started playing guitar, and now I only write on guitar. I normally will start with a line or something lyrically that will kind of inspire me to say, you know, that would be a really cool way to start this, or that's a good hook, and then I'll go right to the guitar. And normally I'll find melody over chord changes that I like, or I've started experimenting a lot with just some open tunings, and that's really helped me come up with a lot of melodies. But yeah, I always write on guitar kind of at the same time as I'm writing lyrics in a story. So
Zach and Abby, you guys are brother and sister as well too.
Yes.
And Zach, do you want to tell us where you got your guitar from, actually?
Here. Crazy enough, there was like a giveaway 6 years ago that at the time I was just entering into literally everything that I could and just crossing my fingers. If I didn't have to pay for it, my email address would be in the box and I was hitting send. And it's just was one of those things that like was put in your email. Why do you play music? And I was like, I play music because Gmail, send. And then 2
I
months
remember
later,
that response actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
We were all very confused.
it was phonetically spelling
This guy should not win this
dot.
We figured he needed all the help he can get.
Yeah.
So we wanted to.
Yeah, and then like 2 months later, I got an email that was like, "Congratulations, you won the 50 series custom shop Telecaster," and it's been with me ever since.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So to everybody out there who believes that we don't actually give stuff away, herein lies
Living proof.
that the stuff
And
does.
look at him now.
Heard word of you come through the hills by means of Jody Holland. Said the last time you were caught dead in a cold county's probably the year 1900. I laughed and I said it's about time boys finally did what they were told. I ran on quicker than lightning to put on some blusher and light up the smoke. Mama wasn't too keen on my pie. She said she preferred her own. As I was trying to explain, I learned from the best. She said, "Gone, gone soul." To a blue-eyed, brown-haired boy with dirt underneath his nails. He looked at me and asked if I'd like to have this dance. Nothing says I will watch a cowgirl dream like a baby sitting on her right knee. Nothing says better than I was like coming home from war and still holding up a gun. But nothing gets you feeling on me quite like another chance to be free. Maybe you and I could change things. We spent our honeymoon night in a cheap motel down South 23. And the only reason we got it was 'cause Daddy had an old rich fishing buddy. We talked about Bible names and how fast you could change a tire. How we both thought the phrase "good things come to those who wait to be retired." Nothing says I will like a cowgirl dream like a baby sitting on your right knee. Nothing says better than I was like coming home from war and still holding up a gun. Nothing gets you feeling
do you guys come from a musical family? Was this something that you guys got from your parents? And how did you guys kind of approach each other for this project?
Yeah, we had a rule in our house growing up that we had to be in a music lesson until we were 18, and then we could shift gears. My dad grew up playing piano. He's a pianist, and my mom is a singer. We come from just a super musical family, Eastern Kentucky. My aunts are all in a gospel singing band from the 60s and 70s, and all of our Christmases and holidays are always spent around a piano singing hymns together. So we grew up in a super musical family, but I had a really hard time with it growing up. I didn't love it, like bounced between piano and violin, voice lessons, didn't really get into guitar until I was in college. But Zach was playing guitar really early on. Like, I remember being in middle school and high school listening to him practice, and I found so much music. Like, we grew up in a pretty Christian home, so everything we listened to in the beginning was like Amy Grant, Stephen Curtis Chapman,
Kirk Franklin,
Avalon, and then anything outside of that was maybe U2. And then we found YouTube, and that was like all the discoveries of, Zeppelin and Skinner, and Zach and I found so much of that together.
The Eagles documentary, that 2-part super long Eagles documentary, came out like right when I think you were in college and I was still in high school, and I remember we watched that together probably like 4 or 5 times. And that was a big bonding moment.
Totally. Yeah. We've always kind of collaborated. We've been good friends as siblings as well. So when I started really like writing music and wanting to do it, I couldn't imagine doing it without Zach. And he's been with me through the whole thing, and it's totally shaped so much of the sonic landscape of what I do because of his sensibility. So it's been awesome.
I'm not really afraid of the dark. Just robbers, rapists, and home invaders, sharks and perfect front lawns. If you could walk me home tonight, it'd be real nice. I know the party ain't over yet. It's just getting to that point where I'm checking under everybody's bed to make sure you haven't slipped away into some dark corner. 'Cause I've had dreams about you dying, and it kills me. You want an empty body, here have mine. I've smoked a lot, but it makes me dizzy, so it might hold you for some time. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make a joke. You've emptied me of all my redirected rhetoric, and I've got nowhere else to go. We've got nothing left to show. 'Cause I've had dreams about you dying, and it kills me. Yeah, I've had dreams about you dying, and it kills me. I'd give you my whole life if it meant it would set you free. But you'll shoot up and I'll feel it. I'll cry, you'll say you don't need it.
with your songwriting and like your genre, not to disparage anybody, but I think it's so easy for these types of songs under this umbrella of music to sound so derivative, and somebody's always doing something like that. You have such an honesty and an authenticity to your music and to your songs, and that's why I think we're all such big fans of it. How do you make sure that you maintain that honesty and authenticity without sounding like somebody else, I guess?
Thank you. That's so nice. I don't know. I mean, I think songwriting, like what I love about the genre of this, like the basis of country music, is that honesty. So I think that's always the purity that I'm chasing, even if the sound is different, even if I'm pushing to different stylings or something. So much of that purity, I think, comes from songwriting itself. So I have a lot of practices that I implement to make sure a song is as pure and as honest as it could be, whether that's for my story or the character involved that I'm talking about. And it just takes a lot of work, I think, but I also think that's the power of just observation and watching people and how they interact with the world. I want to tell those stories. That's a really good question, and I don't totally know how to answer that. But I hope it's authentic, and I hope it feels real, because that's the whole goal of what I do, is to be honest,
Well, whatever you're doing, it works. So, absolutely. This was a blast. You absolutely killed it. And yeah, you guys are welcome anytime. So
Thank you so much.
thank you so much, folks. Abby Hamilton.
Well, I'd kill for some Tito's and corn chips. Diet I've learned to accept. If it don't make me tired and it don't make me fat, there ain't nothing wrong, I guess. I showed up to work today, 4 hours late. A cigarette for breakfast again. Got the fire notice on my office desk, and a middle finger from the Xerox guy, Jim. No, you can't make your mama proud of you when you're smoking away all your wrongs. And you can't make a living off royalty checks if nobody's cutting your songs. Told Miss Patty that I made the big time. I signed to a label in LA. Told her stories of having a drink with George Jones. She believed me till she found where he's laid. No, you can't make your hometown proud of you. They're still dragging you along. And you can't make a living off royalty checks if nobody's cutting your songs. No, you can't expect everything to fall in your lap. You gotta work hard and long. And you can't make a living off royalty checks if